Allegheny and Monongahela Rivers. We're in the football town of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania at Acrisure Stadium. Here's the punter, Bradley Pinion, to get this one going. And we're underway from Pittsburgh. And this isn't even going to be close, partner. The opening kickoff fails to reach the landing zone, so they're going to have to defend from the 40 to begin this game.
You got time.
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Taking the handoff, now Wilson. Oh, it's intercepted, what a start! Jesse Bates in to pick it off. Brushes him off with ease. And the Falcons are going to take over after the interception. Well, Brock, if the goal was to set the tone that you're going to be aggressive all game, I would say mission accomplished. But might be tough to connect on a lot of those against a defense that came ready to play.
Yeah, they were not caught off guard for a second, Kate. They know this offense likes to be aggressive, and dare I say, they may have been expecting that deep shot on the opening snap.
Pitts brings it in. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. A very productive play from the rookie QB out of Washington. That gets them a first down. They'll run it here with Bijan Robinson. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Patrick Queen arranging in for the tackle. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Another carry for Robinson. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Patrick Queen arranging in for the tackle. It'll be a gain of 5. They still need 4 on 3rd down. From the shotgun, Penix. Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted. And the Steelers will gain possession up beyond their own 20 after a nice return.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for them. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Offense in the hurry up here. Now Wilson on the play fake. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes.
Defense doubled him, knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. A bit surprising. Quarterback still threw in that direction with how well that defense had that play covered.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Wilson now from the gun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. Sticking in the air with Wilson. This finds Austin complete. And he's touched as they pick up that 1st down on 4th. Russ is cooking again. Finds his back, Jalen Warren. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. D. Alford getting there for the stop. Working quickly here. Once more, it's Wilson. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tough one to retain through that hit. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down. Got the one-on-one they wanted, Brock, on that slant, but just not enough to get the completion.
Yeah, you got to create separation. We all love the slant route. It can be super effective, but you got to beat press. You got to beat jam. You got to beat off man, and you got to create separation so there's not that bang-bang impact to knock the ball loose like that.
First down, here's Russ. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Falcons take over just shy of the 40. Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But a little bit of new life now as their defense picks them up, gets it right back for them.
Hey, I am all for a nice little game of one-upmanship between these two defenses. You picked our guy off, fine. We'll answer right away. See how you follow that up.
The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he gets his offense forward to the 44-yard line. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. We've finished 1 quarter in what's still a scoreless game. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the 2nd. More from Acrisure Stadium after the break. Back for our 2nd quarter. It's Falcons football. They have it on 2nd and short. Staying with Robinson. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. It's a 4-yard gain, and that's going to get him across the marker and earn the 1st.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that 1st down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Penix working from the gun. Completes, it's Bijan Robinson. And they're gonna haul him down just shy of the 40. Offense up to the line fast. First and 10, a run to Robinson. He still has room inside the 30. And he's gonna be taken down at the 28. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. On 1st down, here's Penix. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't, they call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Another try following the sack. This has been a trend, yet another interception. Minka Fitzpatrick has got it. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. On the carry, this is Najee Harris. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
It's the 2-minute warning now from Acrisure. And it's the Steelers. Lined up with a 2nd and 8. From the 29. Caught by Freiermuth. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. That's Matthew Judon in on the tackle.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Wilson on 3rd down. Along the sideline, he brings it in. They say he got the feet down too. Excellent work. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And that's a Steelers 1st down. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Wilson with it on 1st. Taken in by Harris. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain. Steelers working with a sense of urgency from the hurry-up clock, continuing to run. Throwing again. Here's Wilson. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds. Looks like a yard or 2 short of the 25. A 7-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
It's caught, Warren. And he takes this one nearly to the red zone before going out.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Wilson to throw again. Forced out to his right. Throw secured by George Pickett. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. From the red zone now. This one's caught. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground. Steelers working with a sense of urgency from the hurry-up clock, continuing to run. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Falcons make the defensive stand and come through with a turnover in the final moments of the half. Now that right there, that is rising to the occasion in the red zone, partner. Could have saved 3 points there, heck, maybe twice that with that interception.
You know, these defenders, they're willing to bend and bend. These offenses are so good in this league, and they know how critical the red zone is. And when you get an interception like that, you just break. You break the will of that offense and the confidence, and those are big time. You're right. Put some points on the board for that defense with that effort.
A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Hayward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our 2nd half. We've seen one half of football and no points just yet. Let's see who can finally break that deadlock here in our 2nd half. Here's Avery Williams on the return. They'll have a long field ahead of him, partners. He's wrapped up shy of the 15. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Penix here from the gun. He's on the move. Oh, the football's loose. And this is going to stay with the offense as he makes the recovery. Well, that is not how you make the most of an opportunity when your defense gives you the football back. But the good news is, Brock, at least they give another shot.
Yeah, when you're running on the field, you feel the joy of that defense, right? They just got you a possession. They're giving you an opportunity. And thankfully, they saved the day by at least jumping on the ball.
A 9-yard gain and good for a 1st down.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Trying again, following the sack. Oh no, they get him yet again. Minka Fitzpatrick has got it. And the Steelers get it back as he intercepts him for the 2nd time this game. Well, Brock, it was an absolute battle in the 1st half as they played to a tie, heading into the locker rooms. And already we have the first big play of half number 2 with that INT.
Yeah, not just the first big play, but maybe the first separating play here, Kate. There's always a moment in the 2nd half, especially where one of these teams makes the play, right? That one that we're going to circle and look back to as the defining play of the half. We may just have witnessed it right there.
Going to Harris to start the half. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. Offense in the hurry up here.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
This is Harris on 2nd down. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. Working quickly here. 1st down, and they go right back to him. And it's a gain down to the 5-yard line. Offense up to the line fast.
At the 5-yard line. A 4-yard gain brings up 2nd and goal.
Russ off the play fake. Bails out of the pocket quick. The shot to the end zone is incomplete.
Well, you got to have a short memory in the NFL. Incompletions happen. Now you got to make the adjustment and go get the next one.
They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. Russ now from the gun. Has it in close. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
It's now 4th and goal.
Looking to throw. And oh, he got it! Interception! That's Justin Simmons. And the Falcons get it back on the final play of the quarter. That excitement brings us to the end of the quarter. They'll have a shiny new set of downs to play with to start the 4th. Somehow, this game is still scoreless as we get set for our final quarter. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Robinson on the inside give. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
second down. Robinson. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
You know what I like about a second and short run play, Kate? Yeah, I like getting a first down, but you know what I like even more? That's going to set up a play-action pass in a similar down and distance, and that defense is going to have to key on the run.
Penix on first down. Pressure's there, and the steel curtain closes on him. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. After the sack, another pass on second down. And it looks great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. Third down coming up.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
Looking to throw. Escapes the pocket. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And that brings up 4th and long. The Falcons getting ready for the punt. And he drives this one into the pouring rain. And a sure-handed play there in the rain. He brings in the fair catch without a problem. No return on that punt. And the Steelers will take over possession. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Taking the handoff, now Wilson. That's going to be caught by Washington. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. That brings us to the 2-minute warning in Pittsburgh. Steelers with a little more work to do to win it here. Second down now, 7 to go. Shotgun snap for Wilson. Throw complete to Williams. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. They get 13 on the pickup. And it'll bring up a Pittsburgh first down. He'll look to throw it. Completed here to Pickens. And he's taken down at the 30. Steelers working with a sense of urgency from the hurry-up clock, continuing to run. Back to throw. And that was just a little bit too low to be brought in.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you, you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Setting up to pass. We've got a screen to the running back. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. Steelers working with a sense of urgency from the hurry-up clock, continuing to run. They give to Harris from the gun. And he has this one down to the 8-yard line. The Steelers calling their first timeout. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Here he is to throw. Gets this one to Harris. And he's brought down for a loss. Pittsburgh will go ahead and use its second timeout. Still one more in their pocket to use.
Kate, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. He gets it out left, and it's caught. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. The Steelers use their third and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
They're all set up for the game winner. Let's see how they approach it, starting with this 1st and goal. Wilson now from the gun. Oh my goodness, it's intercepted! Picked off by Richie Grant. And he's out the clear. And the defense has come through. They're in the end zone, and that gives them the lead. But we all saw his teammates yelling at him, go down for the touchback. He had no chance of that. He saw a lane to take it from one end zone to the other, and he did just that.
You know, and in that sense, he's no different than a kick returner bringing it out of the end zone. That's why some think DBs make the best return men. They just got that unique way of seeing the field, whether it's on a kickoff or going 100+ for a pick 6. Wow.
Here's a return from the 7. And this drive will start inside the 25. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. One final shot here. Has him on the quick hitter. The lateral goes haywire, fumble. And they get back on top of it, but he's touched down. So no final heroics today. This one is over. So the Falcons will fly home with a win on the road. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense